Word.
or 10.
Wait, Ron, I heard a rumor that you're Hafiz.
Yeah.
Are you
I did,
actually?
yeah, I did hifz and I forgot it though. Like, so I don't.
You memorized all 30?
Yeah, I memorized all 30.
That's wild.
But
Okay,
that's
can
why.
we explain that, guys? Remember, like,
Yeah, it's like memorizing the
come on,
Quran.
man. I'm here too, right?
But you know why I don't like calling myself that anymore?
Yeah.
Because I'm not. I don't deserve that title.
That's crazy.
Because I don't remember anything.
That's crazy. Let me explain to him real quick.
Okay.
So Hifz is basically someone who
a Hifz?
Hifz. It's like a
Hifz,
title.
okay.
Like doctor, lawyer, Hifz. Okay.
Okay.
It's a title given to students who's memorized the Quran in Arabic, cover to cover, beginning to end. And the way they test you is like they'll like read you random verses and you like continue along and say where it's from.
Yeah, you just memorize the Quran in like Arabic. Basically, that's really the definition. It's not like knowing the translation.
It's just
memorizing the Quran. But I don't like giving myself that title because I'm taken away from people who are actually Hafiz and people who actually remember and people who actually like practice and learn and sit down there and know their things. If you tell me to read from a certain part, I couldn't tell you, bro. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I've been so like detached from all that like I kind of like forgot it, you know, and like I feel bad for it, but openly, you get what I'm trying to say? But they're gonna start making it look like the Quran is extreme and, you know, you get what I'm trying to say?
But you know why they
we're
do
the
that,
bad
though?
guys.
You know why they do that, though?
We're the bad guys.
I don't think it's because you guys are bad guys. I think it's because you guys are the only last standing religion.
Yeah, and guess what? Our religion hasn't been fabricated. Our religion, we have not budged. Islam has not budged one bit. Guess what? If all the Quran from this world was to disappear today, it would be able to be rewritten in a matter of days because people have it in their heart.
Have memorized.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Like
no other book like that exists in this world where word for word.
Happy Ramadan for all you Christians watching. I just wanted to say that I've been fasting every day so far. Yeah, so welcome to a new video.
Every month, you know? And they said you can't say anything bad about Israel unless you were Palestinian. And you can't say anything bad about Israel. And they offered you $100K a month. Would you still speak out, or would you take that $100K a month and be silent?
Bro, here's the thing. That's a very interesting question because you could ask that in any context. I'm married. Would you cheat on your wife if someone offered you $50 million? Right now, morally, you say no. But when the money's in front of you, it's so much different.
Wallahi, you do it, fam.
No, it's so, because like obviously, what like we're gonna obviously say no if they offered us $100,000 a month. Talk bad about
but listen,
Palestine. Like you're gonna say no, but I feel like a lot of people use these questions so loosely. Like, buddy, like when you're in that situation,
if it's not to say anything, I'll give you my bank details right now.
Yeah.
But if you're saying I need to support a certain thing,
and
like
it's $200K.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
You wouldn't?
Because the thing is, like we see that already happening. A lot of people like they're getting paid to push certain agendas and shit like that, right?
Boyd,
Yeah.
Against
Well, I have a bit right now where I basically say that I think that the Muslims are going to save the whites.
Yeah.
Because, you know, before this whole gay thing happened, really, you know, right-wing white people would be like, oh, well, you know, there's too many Muslims coming in this country, you know, like, and then they watched TV and they saw like a Muslim guy like screaming at a gay people, I hate the gay people. And they were like, well, maybe we should bring a couple more in, you know? So not that, and obviously a lot of white people, I mean, most gay people are white. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just, that's what I
identify as
eyes. But no, I think that Muslim people are right to do what they're doing and be like, yo, I don't want my kids to learn this at school. And pretty much nobody does. But we're the only ones who can say something because our religion explicitly says it. Like Christians, if Christians...
The man in orange is rapper Top 5, real name Hassan Ali. He's awaiting trial.
But these tragedies are a problem for everyone in the city. Our pain and suffering should be a problem for everyone. He was not someone that let the stigma of neighborhood shape him or stun his character. He was always smiling and internally filled with joy. In his short time here, he touched many people's lives. He lived his life simply and loved fully.
Halal Amr, identified by police, Heather, and he is now, as you say, a subject of this Canada-wide manhunt, wanted in connection with the death of an innocent bystander, a 40-year-old mother, as you said, whose vehicle was hit as Amr allegedly chased down another car while shooting his gun at the driver. Now, this happened a week ago today, 11 p.m. local Calgary time last Tuesday.
The boloprogram announced its updated top 25 list of most wanted fugitives in Canada on Tuesday.
Rabi Al-Khalil is an extremely dangerous individual. He has a lengthy criminal record. He's a twice convicted murderer. He has extensive ties to organized crime, and Interpol has issued a red notice for him.
In August, Mounties released this video showing a van that left the pretrial center. They believe Al-Khalil was picked up by two men, either contractors or posing as them. At the time, he was on trial for a downtown Vancouver murder he was later found guilty of. Al-Khalil has evaded police in the past.
Traveler. But in March 2015, there was a double shooting in a building nearby. One man was wounded, and another was shot and killed hours later. Several men from Dixon were charged with the murder. The name the Dixon Bloods resurfaced in the media.
Again, it's developing very quickly, but as we stand right now...
So I catch up with a brother who has recently accepted Islam here in Toronto, and he tells me a little bit about his struggle and his experience with jail.
At the East Detention right now. Fortunate situations led me to have to do some time in there, but that's what happens when you make mistakes, you know? When you're from places like this, from poverty, you know, you grow up in poverty, you're forced to make decisions that you don't really want to do, and you know, you got to end up doing some grimy things. That's just what it is. Me turning Muslim just made me a better person. It made me more peaceful. It made me realize that, you know, you have something to live for in the afterlife, you know, that people do care about you, you know. You have something.
Don't want to speed though. I want to go back. I want to start in Pakistan because I feel like you talked about that a little bit, but I feel like it's a part of the story that's like interesting to me. It's a part that most people don't have that.
Exactly.
I had this X amount of years in a different place,
Yeah.
and then came here. So like, talk to me a little bit about like growing up over there as a kid.
Bro, I grew up in the slums. So like,
I grew up. What was your environment there? And talk to me about that.
Bro, I grew up in the slums. Like, when I came here and people are talking all this hood shit, like, it's nothing compared to what you really come
a big
from.
Building here, like, this is not...
Like when I first landed here and I was driving on the my dad was driving me on the Gardner.
Yeah.
And I looked at the CN Tower and I'm like,
you know what I mean? Istinja. It's called in Islam. It's called istinja. You know what I mean? The right way of doing it. You get what I'm trying to say? Before you use toilet, you get what I'm trying to say?
Because everybody's trying to get money. It's either halal or haram.
Being a young Muslim teen in Toronto isn't easy because a lot of them get caught up into drugs, money, sex, that kind of lifestyle, and they don't really go towards their faith. A lot of us are even fighting each other now, us Muslims. Muslims are fighting Muslims, Muslims are killing Muslims. What's the...
Supposedly, the person who memorizes the Quran is going to heaven, okay? And they could bring 7 of their peers from hellfire. They could be
from Jahannam?
Yeah, save 7 people. However, it's not 100% authentic. Because there's different chains of narration, and it wasn't from an authentic chain. But it's a virtue that a lot of the students
hold
bring back 10 of their friends or family.
And what's the sin though for forgetting it?
Sorry?
What's the sin for forgetting it?
I don't remember the sin if you're forgetting
The sin
it.
for forgetting it is...
I was just explaining the authenticity of hadiths.
I'm not too like familiar with that.
Very simply, there's like, you know, when someone says the Prophet ﷺ said this, and they'll call it hadith. Okay. Some of them are verified because the people that were narrated, they had a whole chain. Like the Prophet told this person, and then the final person has to be a trustworthy person for it to be considered authentic. If it went down a really deep line, and the last person.
If you're a kid, like 3 years old, right? In front of you, your father dies, your mother dies, your brother dies, your sister dies. You're the only one left. At 3 years old, you're not able to understand what's going on. You're like, who's taking all my people away from me, you know? What's going on? These planes come, these bombs drop, and my mom's found under the rubble. My father's never found. You get what I'm trying to say? Who are these people that are doing this to me, okay? So at a certain age, if it was me, at a certain age, when I'm able to feel any emotion, guess what? I'm coming to pack all of you. On Allah, like I'm coming for you. I'm coming for people you love. I'm coming for how you made me feel. I'm gonna make you feel like that. So guess what? When people ask, do you condemn Hamas? Like, they're freedom fighters. We gotta stop pushing this narrative. Any organization that's fighting for their country and that does not want the occupiers to occupy their land, oh, they're terrorists.
No.
How about no? How about these are people that are fighting for their land? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and people don't want to talk about it. People say, oh yeah, they took hostages. Go ask the hostages what their living situation was when they were widow. You're asking people, you've never been in that type of situation. You've never felt pain. You've never lost your brother, sister, father. You've never lost your loved ones. You've never lost your home and nowhere to go. You get what I'm trying to say? So like asking a person like that, do you connect to me? They're freedom fighters to me. They're fighting for their freedom. They are the only people over there that are fighting for their freedom. And guess what? I cheer them on.